Hey guys, Michael Furlong here for Real Life at 180 Degrees. We're talking about Samson and how he falls into sexual sin. So we've gone from his first wife has died. Now he's kind of dating this woman named Delilah, who has taken the money, willing to take the money to capture Samson. So after nagging him for so long, he tells her in Judges 16 verse 17 about the secret of his hair, and he would be captured, and the Philistines would take him and she cuts his hair. The Philistines would capture him and tie him up. They'd gouge out his eyes. They'd take him to their temple of their god Dagon and celebrate that they've captured this great man. In Judges 16:28, Samson prays. He's lost all his strength because of his hair, right? So he prays in chapter 16, verse 28. Sovereign Lord, remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just once more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes. So he's lost all his strength, so he's praying this one last prayer. God blesses him with it, and he pulled down 2 pillars that are holding up the temple. Thousands of these Philistines die because of this. So, piece of advice, if you're dating someone and they want to kill you, don't be in that relationship. Now, after the time of the Judges, Israel starts crying out for a king, a ruler like all the other nations. Despite being against this idea, the prophet Samuel appoints a young man named Saul as king. Saul would later become corrupt, and Samuel would call him out on it. In 1 Samuel chapter 13, verse 14, Samuel says, "But now your kingdom will not endure. The Lord has sought out a man after his own heart and appointed him ruler over his people, because you have not kept the Lord's commands." And King David would be appointed, but it would be many years later until he would actually take on the throne. Now, even though David was a man after God's own heart, even he fell into sexual sin. As we discussed in 2 Samuel 11 in the Lineage of Christ series, King David sees Bathsheba bathing on a roof, and he chooses to have sex with her. When she is found to be pregnant, he tries to hide it to the point which he has her husband Uriah killed. So in Samson's story, we have the strongest man appointed by God falling into sexual sin. In the story of David, we see a man after God's own heart falling into sexual sin. And in the next video, we're going to talk about King Solomon, the wisest man in the Bible, falling into sexual sin. So leave a comment below, tell me what you think. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight, so happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together.